following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Thursday, it's not 11:30, it is 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon. And that can mean only one thing. It is time for this week's edition of Hanging with the Boys. There is a live look at the Tostitos Championship Plaza at Ford Center here at the Star in Frisco. It is 82 degrees outside. It feels like 84. There will be a low tonight of 65. And I am joined here today by my co-hosts, colleagues, and friends, Jesse Holley.
What's up?
And Nate Newton.
Hey, how are you doing, Shannon?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, Nate.
Good to see you. I'm very excited to see you guys.
We have upgraded Jesse's seat, and we are Kurtless today. So Jesse is sitting in the co-pilot chair over here.
Let's go.
And Chris Beam's back there on the ones and twos for one more week before he goes on vacation, and then tune in next week to see if we even get on the air when Scott Purcell is running the show. But, so we're here.
Back here. We're just praying.
Pray hard, pray hard. We are 2 hours late because little practice going on outside. They're wrapping up with the last day, I believe, last day this week of OTAs. And then I think next week is minicamp. Is that right? Is that right, Chris? Did I get that right?
One more day tomorrow of OTAs.
Okay.
And then 3 days next week of minicamp.
Minicamp.
Which will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Wow.
All right. So Jesse and I watched practice together, and we invited Nate, but Nate seems to think that practice isn't important. So why is watching practice not important, Nate?
Because after about 2 or 3 belly bumps from 300-pound guys, what more do you want? I mean, it's the same routine. Bump a belly here, bump a belly there. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
So you're saying until the pads come on is really not a whole – you see one practice, you see what they look like, you see how they're moving, and it's time to go hit somebody,
let me put it this way. Okay, Zeke was on the sideline working out.
Mm-hmm.
Blake Jarwin was on the sideline working out. Mm-hmm. Mitch Hyatt was on the sideline working out. We saw a little bit of number 72, Tristan Hill. He was running on the sideline. He got a little bit of practice. You get me now, Shannon? Did you think I did not watch practice?
Dak.
Dak looked good, bro. Until he couldn't do no team.
Yeah,
he couldn't do no team.
Not participating in team workouts.
Yeah, but he looked good throwing it in them nets.
With no defenders.
No defenders at his feet.
Tristan Hill didn't practice today.
Yes, he did. Number 72. Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, 72.
He didn't.
Who was number 72?
I saw him on the court.
I saw him on the court with DeMarcus Lawrence the entire practice.
I saw him on the court too, but I also saw him in two-man rush. Down there on
okay, so I got a question for you then. If you watched practice and we invited you to watch practice with us, what do you have against me and Jesse? Why would you not watch practice with us?
Because Jesse smells like Lysol, and I don't want to be around him.
That's just not nice, Nate. That's fine. You know what? I'm not going to invite you to watch practice with us ever again.
No.
Not nice.
Oh no, I'm just joking about Jesse. The only thing that
I do smell like Lysol.
The only thing that I'm gonna do is look at the fat guys. I saw one play with number 11, Micah.
Parsons.
Mm-hmm. Got an interception.
Went up for it.
Yeah,
stretched out.
Oh,
yes.
And the only reason I knew that is because Douglas told me. I was down there looking at the fat guys. I saw number 77 out there. Made my heart warm to see number 77 out. All I look at is the fat guys.
That's it, huh?
Them guys ain't fat. I was fat. Them guys look good.
Tell you what, I am going to defend Jesse on this one because Jesse, even though he smells like Lysol, he was about 2 years ahead of this pandemic.
Yes, he was.
Because we made fun of you for 2 years for spraying off the mic, cleaning the studio. And guess what? After we were gone for a year, guess what everybody had to do when we came back?
That's right.
Lysol the mic.
Yeah.
So wipe off the counter.
Yes.
So, Jesse, you were ahead of this thing. You were before your time.
Me and Dr. Fauci.
That's right.
Listen to us, man. Listen to us.
You were.
Listen to us. No, but I agree a little bit with Nate, right? Football is such a polarizing thing in Texas,
yes,
across the country, with the Dallas Cowboys. But when you go and you watch these practices, you don't really learn much. Yeah, you see guys, he looks good, he's in shape, he looks slender, he looks svelte, he looks fat, he looks this.
Right.
You want to see guys move, but you don't learn a lot. And a lot of it, because I was talking to you, like, I don't like watching 7-on-7. I don't like watching half drills because they're not realistic. I want to see some team stuff, but then when team stuff comes and you're not in pads, you don't really get a chance to fully see. I hate this when I played. I hate it now. I hate when you're watching practice and a ball carrier has the ball and you see a dude come by and do the little fake like he got a thud or you tap him on the side like, I got the tackle. No, you don't. I've watched you in real life games. Run up on a dude and not make the tackle. So don't sit here and tell me because I'm running by. You happen to get 2 hands on my hips, I'm tackled. Because I've seen you stand square in front of a dude and not make the tackle.
Right.
So when we get so excited about these practices, and rightfully
we
so.
do.
Football's back, and we love that. And fans want to kind of hear things and they want to talk about things, but you don't really learn much. Their players are still learning. The coaches are still learning. The players, you're still trying to kind of implement some things. You're still trying to input some things, and no one's fully going all out to do anything. And that's why I always tell people, like, I can tell you what a team is going to be like when we get to training camp, when the pads start coming on and the real stuff starts happening. Because here's my thing. When we're doing 7-on-7, right, that's a defensive drill. Why is that, Jesse? It's a defensive drill. 7-on-7, it's a defensive drill.
You think so?
It's a pass. Everyone knows it's a pass.
Well,
so
why?
50%
I forgot. Why defense keep getting caught on that there?
50% of what has to happen has already happened. Ain't no lineman, so you ain't running the ball. So in my mind, I'm already saying, well, I know it's a pass. So defense is going to win a large majority of the 7-on-7s.
I don't agree.
And then
when I played with Troy, he used to dominate. When him, Mike, and Alvin, they used to tear our until Dion came in. I agree with you.
Okay. For someone who wasn't afraid to tell Michael, you ain't catching it. See, that's the thing. Before Dion got there, Michael would tell a DB, hey, listen, no, let me catch this. I'm trying to work on my catching, with my route running, whatever.
Right.
And then Prime got there, and Prime told him, you can kiss my no.
Yeah.
You had to earn this.
Right.
And then it became a little bit more competitive.
Yeah.
But it's a defensive drill. When you do half line,
that's a defensive drill.
You ain't got no pads on. It's a defensive drill. So all the different things you see, I look for the fluidity. I look to see who's moving well. I look to see who's kind of, out there, and quick twitch and all that kind of stuff. But you don't really tell. I have, from watching practice today, nothing has changed about what I know about this football team than I do yesterday.
So you don't know if they're going to be any better on defense just by looking at guys running around in shorts?
No. Ain't nobody making no calls. I told you upstairs, it's a lot different to stand out here in a practice field and play. And then when you got number 12 standing at the line of scrimmage and he's saying, number 11 is the mic, and number 12, I'm talking about number 12 in Tampa Bay, the dude with all those Super Bowl rings. Right. That's the difference. When he's saying, oh, he's the mic, and now you saying, oh, he knows I'm the mic, and he knows we in. That's when it gets a little bit real to me. This is fun. It's necessary. It's important for them, for the players, for the coaches.
And for the fans.
And for the fans.
Because you're doing a great job of discrediting OTAs.
No. OTAs are necessary.
Yeah,
They
but
are
you can't, yeah, but you can't have it both ways.
I
They're either
100% I
necessary
can.
or not.
For our evaluation.
Okay.
You can't tell a difference.
I can.
You
I
can't.
can.
You can't go
I
out
can.
there right now and tell me who's going to be the best player on a particular side of the ball.
I can name 3 defensive players right now, defensive tackles, that's going to be better than Poe was last year.
Hell, you can go back out there right now.
You're ridiculous.
Bad knees and hips
You're
and all,
ridiculous.
and be better than Dante. What I'm saying is, for the fans, it's great to see the guys back out there. For the reporters, it's great to kind of start drumming up some of your stories. For the coaches, it's great to have the players back out there. But you really,
For some former players, it kind of makes you wish you were still playing. doesn't
it got me last week. It got me
Jesse
last week.
shared a moment with me upstairs.
What happened,
a
Jess?
private moment.
Oh, is that no? I'm not supposed to. You said you tweeted about it.
I tweeted
Okay.
about it. No.
I thought I'd have screwed up and told another
No,
story
no.
I wasn't supposed to.
Tell me so I can tell it.
When we were leaving last week, I stayed
Right.
and I watched some of the practice, and
Right.
and I had that feeling come over me again, like I hadn't had that feeling in a long time.
And what feeling is that?
Like I want to play, but no, I was trying to leave. I was trying to leave, and my legs wouldn't move, and the hair stood up on the back of my neck, and I got those butterfly tingly feelings in my stomach, and the adrenaline started pumping, and I was just like, and I hadn't felt that in a long.
What'd you eat before you came to the show?
Time.
Is it some bad food?
It might have been.
You get some.
I have had dreams where I was playing in games and woke up and said that was just a dream.
I got in the car. I said it to myself.
Okay,
I got in the car. I was like, "What the hell was that?"
But how long has it been since you you had that feeling? Like
It's
you
been a
wanted to
long
play?
time.
Years?
Years, at least 5 or 6 years.
Really?
Yeah.
And you don't know why?
Last week it jumped on me.
Wow.
It jumped on me.
Do you think maybe it's because you hadn't like visually seen football in person in like over a year, and it was like the first time you've been?
I don't know. I like the football horny in me went through the roof.
Anybody got Jim Myers' phone number
Why?
so we can call a psychiatrist? We got to fix the situation.
Call Miss Jackie.
Call Dr. Jackie.
Call Dr. Jackie.
Hey, Dr. Jackie, we got one over here.
I need an evaluation. But I came to my senses when I got in the car and I was driving home. I was like,
Wow.
that was weird.
And then he went home and looked in the mirror and he said, "You know what? I probably can't
he
play
posed
receiver
again.
anymore.
Yeah, he
but I
posed.
bet I could play safety,
ran
maybe
through-
even a little linebacker down in the box,
It ran
maybe a
through,
little bit."
Not linebacker. Safety ran through my mind. It did.
And then he saw Tim Tebow on the TV, and he's
I'm trying
like,
to
"You
be
know what?
transparent with y'all. All right?
you know
I'm trying
what?
to be transparent. Don't laugh at me, Nate.
What you
I'm being
think, Jesse?
transparent.
I mean, what you think, Nate?
Hey, I'm loving this, man.
He had- he had
on the couch with Jesse.
He had
I could never.
He had a problem sticking in the league when he was healthy and he was in his prime, and now he's 10 years removed, and now he's thinking about switching positions and going maybe, just maybe.
Maybe I was out of position.
Right.
Maybe I should have been a
See,
safety.
look,
Right.
oh man,
The only way to find out is to find no.
The way these tight ends and wide receivers coming back as tight ends, that boy from Florida done changed
that's
the
what
game.
I'm saying. Tebow,
No.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Kyle
you
Pitts,
talking
the
about-
other Kyle Pitts. He done changed the game, bro.
No, I came to my senses. It was one of those moments. I had the moment. It was a weird.
That's funny.
It felt odd, and then by the time I got down the tollway, it was like, boy, please.
and then you're like, you know what? I'll be back next week to make my $10 and.
I went to work out and I
go on.
realized like how I felt after a workout. And I was like,
Because
imagine
you went at it and doing the workout. huh?
100%.
He's like, I'm gonna see if I can do it. Let me see if I can do it.
I double scooped on the pre-workout. It was like scoop
Shotgunned it with an energy drink.
Yeah, it was like Red Bull and a
go,
5 hour
let's go.
and a pre-workout. And then I felt like I'm so beat up. Like after I was done working out, I was
You're
like,
like, nah.
imagine this on top of a 2-hour practice or on top of a training camp.
Times what 120 days or whatever.
I'd be dead.
What's the difference between? Is there a difference from a player perspective from OTAs to minicamp? OTAs are voluntary, right? Organized
Yes.
team activities.
Yeah,
Is there any
yeah.
difference other than you have to be here for minicamp? Is it a harder practice?
When I
Now-
played,
Yeah.
when I played, we didn't have OTAs. Jimmy Johnson brought all of this in. Jimmy Johnson brought all of this stuff you see now. He brought it in. You had the draft week. you came in after the draft for about a week or 10 days, and after that you started working out as a rookie. You didn't even go back home. So, but then when minicamp came, it wasn't about no rookies. You got in when you got in. The veterans got that work, so, and then after that minicamp, I think you had 2 if you had a new coach or something. And then you had that minicamp, and then you just started working out from that point on. Mm-hmm. So how was it with y'all? I'm talking when I first started. It got a little more advanced once we got going.
Yeah, when I started, it was rookie minicamp. Mm-hmm. After the draft, all the rookies come in, and then I came in. It was OTAs already.
Ooh, man, you went to work.
So now the thing is, rookie minicamp now ain't nothing to like what rookie. When I came in, you were full padded.
Yeah,
2 a days, 3 a days. I was on the tail end of the 3 a day,
right,
2 a day era.
Right.
So you had that. The difference between OTAs and actual minicamp, like, one, you're still fresh, right? You're excited to be playing football
That's
again.
right.
You're running around. Training camp is real deal, right? Those days begin to add up. The days are longer. The practices are harder. Again, Nate, you had 2 a days, probably 3 a days of training camp. We definitely had full padded 2 a days. It wasn't all that.
We went to Austin, and Coach Johnson said, we're not going to do the 49ers. We're not the 49ers. We're going to be more physical. And so everybody had this kind of owl, like, what do you mean? Look in their eyes. We're going to hit. I'm not going to keep you out there more than 2 hours per practice. That time the 49ers was going anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours because no pass a lot of times. So they expected for a lot of running, a lot of speed. Well, we opened up the first day. He said, full pass tomorrow. We're gonna work our way into it. And working our way into it was 7 on 9, 7 on offense, 9 on defense, because they brought one of the safeties in. And, man, you talking about a slaughterhouse for like 35 minutes. I was like, you know what? We just got undressed. Nobody said a word. You numb after that. Nobody said a word. And we're like, okay, it can't be this way in the afternoon. Okay, it wasn't. The only difference was when we went inside run, they changed from 7 on 9 to inside run, was you just didn't tackle the back in the afternoon.
They didn't change for the boys up front.
No. So I said to myself, we all looked at each other and we just shook our head, and we knew whoever survived, it wasn't about making the team. It's like whoever's walking at the end of these 6 weeks will make the team. That's how I'm telling you. Jimmy was not accenting these guys around. He was not playing, man. Because he knew, him and Mr. Jones knew, like, this is not going to be my team 3 years from now. These guys you have on this field would not, 80% of them would not be here. So he didn't care. It was like, we're going to see who the toughest guys are.
So times have changed is what you're saying.
Yes. Money has finally taken full effect of how you treat guys.
He said 6 weeks. Do you even do 6 weeks now at training camp? It's like 4 weeks.
We did.
6 weeks.
It's 3 to 5, and it's only 5 if you play the Hall of Fame game.
We do 2 weeks before. You had a week with the rookies. Then the veterans came in. Then, that next week, it was 8 weeks, and then the next week you start getting ready for the preseason games.
Yeah, that's survival.
Golly.
And see, the thing about it was, if you moaned and groaned and missed practice, Jimmy didn't say a word. It was so funny. He'll let you get healthy. He'll come up to you, man. Slick little dude. He would come up to you. Hey, you all right today? You feel good? Yeah, he'll pat you all on the butt. Oh, man, he'll run around like a little pup. Oh, no, he's practicing today. Hey, Rich, go get my medical man. He's out of here. Oh, it was so funny. I think of Kevin O'Neal. Kevin O'Neal wants the dude run off to practice. Kevin O'Neal, do not let him practice today.
Really?
Bye.
So you had to play through stuff is what you said.
Yeah, and that's why when a lot of people ask Coach Johnson, will he ever come back to coaching? He says, I cannot be that person again.
You couldn't do it that way these days, could you?
The thing is, he said he could not be that. He could be that person, but he said he don't want to be that person again because you literally did not care. If it wasn't your team, you did not draft these guys, he did not want you. You had to be elite. Anybody that can go in there and get rid of Dan Marino from the Miami Dolphins, that ought to tell you something.
All right, fellas, let's take our first break. A lot to get to today. I want to know if y'all are worried about the backup quarterback situation.
Oh, my God.
Because there's three.
Do we have one?
There's three guys that we're all very familiar with. That
Okay.
I think we had all three of them last year, and I think two, maybe all three of them played, and I don't know if any one of them really stuck. Let's talk about Blake Jarwin hopefully getting back out on the field. And I want to talk to y'all about Coach Quinn. Jesse, you and I talked about this a little bit upstairs. What your expectations are from the defense, and if you think that he can really make a difference.
I saw he got hip tossed earlier. One of them big linemen hip tossed.
He was out there with his hat turned around backwards. And
after he had to pick it up off the ground, that big lineman almost threw him on his neck.
Let's talk about that and more when we come back on Hanging with the Boys.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Hey, Cowboy fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience the best sports venue in the world, AT&T Stadium. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your package today.
Hey Cowboys fans, there's a lot to get excited about for the upcoming season, but nothing more so than having a packed AT&T Stadium to cheer on the Cowboys every Sunday afternoon. At SeatGeek, we've been using this time to make discovering, buying, and selling tickets to events in Dallas easier, like football games, country shows, rodeos, pro wrestling, and everything in between. Download the SeatGeek app today and let there be live. SeatGeek.
1996, a great year and a glorious decade. Dolly the sheep was cloned. Dial-up was awesome. Influencers didn't exist. Pants were baggy. And the Dallas Cowboys won it all yet again. Sadly, we can't go back to the 90s, but we can still watch the Cowboys try to win it all once more. Whether you're traveling to the games or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back. Hanging with the Boys. Shannon Gross, Nate Newton, Jesse Holly. We are Kurtless today. Chris Beam on the ones and twos in the back. And let me tell you a little bit about the Dallas Cowboys football and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders dance youth camps. They're back this summer for athletes and dancers of all skill levels. 2- and 3-day camps are available with new dates added at AT&T Stadium and the Star in Frisco. Spots are very limited. These things are selling out because everybody's so ready to get their kids the hell out of the house this summer. They have been signing them up left and right. Register today at dallascowboys.com/academy to get your little one in one of these classes. Danny McCray, that actually we just saw earlier and talked a little football, that former teammate of yours, runs all of our youth football academies.
Doing a great job with it as well.
He is. This is his second or third year to do it. I want
to say like year 3.
Entering year 3. He's been here a little over 2 years. So yeah.
It's funny how much we've changed. It's like when we were playing, I was much more smaller than Danny, and then now that we're retired, he's much more smaller than I am. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it's a thing.
It's interesting to watch former players after their career. They go usually one way or the other. They either go
Pup Smith done went the other.
Bigger, or they go a lot smaller.
Darryl Johnson went smaller.
Yeah. All All right, fellas, let's talk about where we want to go.
You said quarterbacks?
I feel lost without Kurt here.
You said quarterbacks.
Yeah, let's do quarterbacks.
This is a very simple and easy topic, just by the way.
Okay, well, just let me read these names.
Hey, he just blew that out the water.
It's a very simple topic.
Let me
it's
read
a very easy topic to discuss.
Read these names for you.
Okay.
At quarterback right now on the roster, we have Dak Prescott.
Yay!
QB1.
Garrett Gilbert.
QB 1.5.
Ben DiNucci and Cooper Rush. Remember Cooper Rush?
Yeah.
He's back.
He's back.
Okay.
Wow.
So those are our guys. So if Dak goes down, how do you feel about the backup? We don't no more Andy Dalton. How do we feel about the backup quarterback spot? Are we good? I think they brought in Brett Hundley and Jeff Driscoll for visits, but they didn't sign either one of them. So is the season? I mean, let's be real. 95% of the teams, if your quarterback goes down, you're
ding, 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 ding.
Unless you have an elite defense and an elite offense, your season's you're not going deep in the playoffs.
The Nick Foles.
So does it even matter? Does it even matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
The Nick Foles scenario that happened in Philly when Carson Wentz went down, like people fail to realize in those moments, like Carson Wentz was literally on the cusp of being league MVP that year. Like Nick Foles didn't get him to that point.
Right.
Like Nick Foles didn't get him to the bye in the first round. Nick Foles didn't. Yes, he performed well in the playoffs and actually got him to a Super Bowl. I get it. Granted, that's an anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the norm. You said 95%. I'm willing to go 99% of the NFL teams in the league. If QB1 goes down, you're up Doodles Creek with no paddle and a hole in your boat. It's just you.
It's like you wasted your time.
Here's what you want to hope. You want to hope that whatever injury that your quarterback has sustained, it isn't long term. And your hope is that I can somehow, some way, put a guy in there that can manufacture or hold the line to maybe 1 or 2 games. I am extremely and overly blessed if he goes 2-0. I am elated and overjoyed if he goes 1-1. I'm expecting him to go 0-2.
Even when you see a player great as Big Ben with Pittsburgh, 11-0, and once they figured him out, look how their season went. And that was a great player. Now, that was a great player. So just take a guy just off the street. And basically, these are what these quarterbacks are. Even though some of them come from college, they're basically off the street, don't have no experience. Last year, it's kind of like you just spinning your wheels. I don't want to say wasting your time because some guys grew from last year, but it's kind of like you wasting your time because you just know in your heart you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere.
If Dak goes down for a season-ending injury, and let me knock on wood, I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying if it happens, I don't care who the backup is. He ain't winning. I don't care who the backup is. We had a backup here last year who had a ton of NFL starts. What'd he do?
Is he starting? Where'd he go? Chicago. Is he going to start
just for a little while?
For a little bit till they get who they got? Fields? Is that?
Yeah, Justin Fields.
Get him ready. So
they also have Nick Foles.
And they have Nick Foles.
So you had a backup that's actually was picked up by someone to be a temporary starter and still couldn't win games. So you're you're saying it doesn't matter. Backups, you just need a body out there to hopefully maintain till your starter can get back, right?
Again, yes.
Okay.
Maybe he can come in and, if it happens in the first half, I can come back in and hold the fort for the second half and pull out a victory.
So don't go spend big bucks on a backup guy. Just roll with one of these guys and hope they can sustain. Are you in the same boat?
Oh, man,
Nate?
yeah. Like I said I was a little harsh at the beginning, like the season is a waste of time, but it's not. It's not a waste of time because some people grow within the season. But as far as you trying to get into the playoffs, it would be a miracle.
And people always, here's the funny thing, I love this part. People will always throw the whole Matt Castle into the mix, right? Like I guarantee you someone will tweet me, well, what about Matt Castle when Tom Brady went down? But people, it's like the Bible verse that people say.
It's not. It ain't aiming corner yet. Kurt's not here.
I know, but people will say money's the root of all evil, and I go, that's absolutely wrong.
That's wrong.
The Bible doesn't say that.
It doesn't.
The love of money. They leave that part out. And then they'll go, Matt Castle, what about him?
Don't
He was
money for you.
And I go, they didn't make the playoffs. They won a 10-11.
Even worse.
That team did not go to the playoffs.
And even worse, he came here and was worse.
So like
that same Matt Castle. Wow.
So you can sit there and say, like, Matt Castle won 10-11 game, whatever. They didn't go to the playoffs. So off or not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I forgot what coach said it. You don't coach for backup quarterbacks. If you get to the point you got to get a backup quarterback, your season is screwed. Period. You come to the point where you're just trying to hold on. You're trying to hold on because your playbook goes from this to this, and knowledge and ability. Because guess what? If he had the knowledge and the ability, guess what he'd be?
Starting.
He'd be starting.
Yeah.
So the backup for me, we make a big deal. Blaine Gabbert, Cooper Rush, Ben DiNucci, Ben DiHucci. It doesn't make a difference. If 4 goes down, we going to Mexico.
I didn't book the trip this year.
We going still. If 4 goes down, we are going to Mexico.
I got some buddies in Mexico now, but what the part of Mexico I'm going, it ain't too lavish, but we can party.
I don't know if you should say that, Nate. History says you shouldn't say that. I'm just saying. Maybe. I don't know.
Are you offering to take us to Mexico, Jesse, if 4 goes down? Or are we just going to take the show down there?
If Derek starts paying me by the word, sure.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
You could make a penny a word and be rich.
Yes, messing with Jesse.
I'm taking you out of Mexico, though.
All right.
So?
And the part I'm taking you to, you really going to live large. That's all you're going to be drinking.
So you're saying there's no beach there? You're like.
There's some beach. Oh, it's plenty of beach. But I don't know if you can get on it at all. That is the only nice place in this spot is the coast. You know. Other than that, when you go a little.
When are you going on this trip?
I went this past year. I don't think I'm going back. It's kind of nerve-wracking.
What part of Mexico are you
I can't even remember, man. It was right by
Did you send us
San
pictures
Diego.
of that?
Yeah, I sent pictures of it. It may be.
Oh, is that when you drove?
Yeah.
Oh, you at the. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
just
when I went
random.
to the Wingstop.
Yeah. Here's why we love Nate. We will ask Nate.
I didn't know what you were talking about. I'm like, Mexico? What is Nate talking about?
We will ask Nate to do stuff with us. And we won't hear anything from him. And he's in our own building and he's doing his own thing. And we it'd be cool to hang out with Nate and just talk and bond. And we
Nate's
don't hear anything.
Nate's a good dude to be around. Nate's
is
super duper funny.
Right. Some days he has his bad days where he's grumpy old crusty Nate. And you just don't want to have anything to do with him. But most part, he's the jolly Nate and he's the jokester.
And he's way more funnier and candid off camera.
Oh yeah.
Than he is on camera.
Oh yeah. When the filter's off, So we wanted to hang out with Nate. We don't hear anything from him, and then just out of the blue, when the off season when we're not having a show or anything, you just start getting random pictures from Nate. And it's like of state signs. And he starts like on the East Coast, and you get one of like Florida, and then you get one of Alabama, and then one of, Mississippi, then Louisiana. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I'm in San Diego. And then it's like,
I'm in Tijuana.
What are you doing? I don't know. I just came down here to have lunch with a buddy.
That's it.
And then 3 hours later, you get another text message. Back in California, and then the next day it's like, I got home at 3:00 in the morning. He just drives.
It's like that when Forrest Gump was like
just keep
why'd
running.
you do it? Like I just started running.
Yeah,
like Nate just gets in the car.
Driving.
But you know what's so funny, man? I think I told you this is when I came back from Mexico. That lady, the officer who everybody else, they just took a picture of their car, got their license, wrote down their license number, and let them go. So she got mine. She said, "Sir, how you doing?" "I'm doing all right, ma'am." She said, "You been to Mexico?" I said, "Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I enjoyed it." She said, "How long did you stay?" I said, 2 hours.
We need you to pull over to the right.
Rush,
we need to search your vehicle.
Could you cut your
lane's
car
over here, please.
Where are the dogs?
I had a dog
Where are the
crate.
dogs?
I had a dog crate in the
Your
back with
lane
some
is
hay.
over here, guys.
I said,
please,
man, well, of course.
here.
I said, check me, I said, you want me to sit here? Because I'm like, I ain't finna.
Wait.
You want me to just sit right here? Everything's fine. I said, oh, man, look up under the seat. That is hay in there. Pick it up. Get
So
it
wait,
there.
so you had a dog crate
Yeah.
with no dog,
It's
in hay,
with hay in it.
and you went to Mexico for 2 hours and came back.
And you were wondering why they stopped at customs?
And she looked at me. Even when she gave me her license back, she handed them to me, and she was just looking at me. Sir, your license plate says Texas. Yes, ma'am. Wiley, Texas. 930. Yeah, I ain't gonna get her. Yeah, I ain't gonna get my. And she just looked at me. When I pulled off, I looked back. She was still looking at me.
Like, I can't believe we
He just drove from Wiley, Texas to Mexico for 2 or 3 hours.
With a dog crate and hay.
With hay.
And no dog.
Yeah.
And no horse.
That's
No.
so random. That's why we love
You
Nate.
ain't even have a mini horse. Like, you got like a mini horse could have been like the size of a dog.
Right.
You didn't have nothing.
All right, before we go to break, since we're on the offense, man, this show's been all over the place already. And we still, the last segment
Just
where
trying
the
to
wheels
prove that
usually come
OTAs
off.
don't mean that
Right.
much.
Your story about having hay in a dog crate
Right.
in Tijuana for 3 hours is way more interesting
I agree.
than OTAs.
I agree. CBS Sports came out with a fun little rankings, and we all love rankings.
Wait,
we love
why'd you
lists.
put the hay in a dog?
Because you know what the
Crate.
dog, some if you get a pup,
We're about to learn
it'll use the
something.
restroom. Some dogs ain't used to traveling; they'll throw up,
Right.
and all that stuff will settle down in the hay, and they can stay on top of the hay.
Oh,
and
oh.
some dogs smart enough to move it around so they'll be comfortable.
So they don't wallow around in their own mess?
Yeah,
But you didn't have a dog.
I didn't have a dog. No,
Did you have a dog when the trip started?
no.
Okay.
So why the hell did you have a crate with hay in it?
I thought I may have got a dog from it.
Oh, okay.
And then I didn't.
So when you
because
went-
he didn't have any.
When you went to see your
Okay,
buddy.
all right.
So you knew people in Mexico.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Oh.
I've heard of him.
What kind of
Does the
dog
guy
are you
have
trying
a
to-
phone?
The guy trying to get
Does the guy have a
Rottweiler
name?
Shepherd
Does
mix.
the guy have a name?
No, you don't have a name.
Do you
This
have
sounds
to?
so fishy.
could have called him and asked him if he had a dog.
This sounds so
before he
shady.
drove
No, but I
1,000
wanted to
miles.
meet him.
Did you have to meet somebody before you
He
met
could have
him?
came. He could have came over and he could have came to San Diego. But I'm like, I had to overcome my fears of Mexico.
Okay.
So that's why I did it.
So you-
to overcome, not so much to get a dog, but it's to overcome my fears of Mexico.
Why are you scared of Mexico for?
Because everybody always said bad things about Mexico, especially the border cities.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you read a lot about it.
Yeah.
About the violence and stuff.
Yeah, and it ain't like that. If you because I asked the dude, I'm like, man, I was really nervous about coming. He said the problem here, he said the only problem you ever have is when you try to be a savior. I said, what do you mean? Well, if somebody over there getting beat up, that ain't your business. I said, okay.
Noted.
Yeah, I
We're
said, you
good.
ain't got to worry about me. Kid get ran over. All righty.
We got to go. CBS said what?
Okay, CBS.
This is going down. This is going down a slope.
CBS
When
Sports
kids getting beat up.
ranked the Cowboys' current triplets. Dak, Zeke, and Amari.
Does that offend you?
What?
Rank the current triplets.
Oh, no, let's do it. Let's have fun.
Okay. I didn't know if it was
You
like,
were-
wait a second.
yeah, you were a part of that.
The triplets. So.
Yeah.
They ranked the current triplets. Dak, Zeke, and Amari. I guess Jesse's asking if them calling them the triplets, if that upsets you, those
No,
three guys.
man. No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Have they earned the right to even have that
No,
nickname?
no.
That's who they are. I mean,
Not yet.
me, I don't care
Not yet.
because as long as people say triplets, we know who they're talking about.
So it's kind of like
Yeah.
a hat tip to the old guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they ain't but one, we said, the original 88. We know who that is,
Yeah.
It ain't Mike. That ain't Mike for me, it's Drew. Mm-hmm. Number 12 is Roger. That ain't nobody else. That's Roger.
Okay.
Number 9 is Tony. Excuse me. I'm just
Ooh.
saying,
I like Messy Nate. I like him.
you know
I like
what?
Messy Nate.
74 is Lily. And everybody else get cut.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
All right. So they rank Dak, Zeke, and Amari as the third best trifecta or trio in the league, behind Kansas City, Mahomes, Edwards-Helaire, and Kelsey. And behind the Packers, Rodgers, Jones, and Adams. Do you guys agree? They also ranked the Giants 18th, Washington 19th, Philly 28th. Do you agree with them being the third best? I don't think you can argue putting them ahead of either one of those two.
Okay, who they got in front of them?
Kansas City, Mahomes, Edwards-Helaire, and Kelsey, and then the Packers, Rodgers, Jones, and Adams. I mean, when you got the first and second best quarterback in the league, it's hard to argue. And those guys, Kelsey's a beast, which is interesting because he's a tight end and not a receiver that they put him in there. And then Edwards-Helaire, his season was off through the roof, And then you got Jones and Adams and the Packers, maybe.
Man, Jones came a long ways this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do y'all think? Y'all think?
I think it's valid.
Yeah.
I think 3 is a good spot.
You think that's too high?
For a team that had the record they had, no, sir. They didn't have a very good record. So for them to be there, that says that people respect them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is there another trio in the league? Could you Russell Wilson, Lockett? No. Maybe the guys in
because you're going quarterback, running back, and a receiver. And a receiver.
Yeah. Maybe after last year, the Chargers with Herbert and
Eckler, Herbert, and
Keenan Allen.
No.
Eckler kind of messes that up, doesn't he?
And Herbert does too.
Yeah.
He's on the rise, but he hadn't got there yet. I was thinking, but he got hurt. Maybe Baker, Chubb, and Odell.
Yeah, that was a good
Baker.
comedy. Yeah,
Baker kind of
throws you off.
Throws it off a little bit for me for that one. I'm trying to think of
what about Tampa?
They got it. They got it ranked right. They got it ranked right. They got that ranked right.
Or you know what? I know he retired, but Breeze, Kamara, and Thomas.
No, not the way Breeze finished.
No.
Bro.
Okay.
Then he was hurt most of the year. No.
What'd you say, Chris?
Tampa. You got Brady, you've got the guy from LSU, the running back, and then you've got number 13, the big wide receiver.
Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, Fournette.
And Evans.
And Evans.
Fournette kind of throws me off on that one a little bit.
Because you only Fournette.
Not doing the playoffs.
I would say you only get playoff Lenny.
Yeah.
Like playoff Lenny, okay.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was Ronald Jones all year.
That's right.
He was the guy that was getting most of the snaps all year. Then playoff Lenny happened, and it was like, oh,
yeah,
that's the guy that we remember from LSU.
I'm going to tell you what, man, the two quarterbacks is what sells it both for the first two groups.
Yep.
And then you can say Tampa because they quarterback. Man, can you imagine, though?
I tell you what, I think it's fair because if Dak would have stayed healthy last year, he was going to put up probably record numbers or close to record numbers for the Cowboys. And then, Zeke, I think he makes Zeke better. And then Amari, that's –
Zeke's going to have a redemptive year.
I think so, too. I think your boy's back this year, Nate.
I want you to text Kurt. Keep that, mark that, because Kurt can cheer along.
I tell you what, if he doesn't have a bounce back year,
he won't bounce back at all. Believe that he won't bounce back with this team.
What you mean?
If he don't bounce back next year, he won't bounce back at all.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
It ain't because he's not in shape. Old boy is in shape. Like that's not going to be a question this year. He looks fit. So. Hopefully he
had a little burst. He had one little run. He took off on a DB. He had a little burst out there.
I saw him.
You saw that?
I tell you, let me ask you. Well, let's do it after the break. Let's take a break. I got a question about players looking in shape. Does it matter? Does it matter what a guy physically looks like? If he's ripped, like if you watch the UFC, you see a guy that's over there and he's jacked and he's got six-pack, and then a guy that's fat and sloppy just comes in there and just wallops him. Does it matter in the NFL what you look like? And then let's talk about Randy Gregory and then Coach Quinn if we have time for all that. If not, then you'll just have to tune in next week. Next week will be our last show until we go to training camp. So you won't want to miss that, and you don't want to miss this final segment. We come back on Hanging with the Boys. We'll be right back.
Hallelujah. Hey, never mind.
How great would it be to travel to watch the Cowboys win on another team's turf? Pretty great. But honestly, just watching the game from anywhere but your house would be fun. Even a hotel bar with some guy named Phil from St. Louis who thinks Oakland still has a team. So whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Hey, Cowboy fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience the best sports venue in the world, AT&T Stadium. Also, tour the star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your package today.
Hey, Cowboys fans, there's a lot to get excited about for the upcoming season, but nothing more so than having a packed AT&T Stadium to cheer on the Cowboys every Sunday afternoon. At SeatGeek, we've been using this time to make discovering, buying, and selling tickets to events in Dallas easier, like football games, country shows, rodeos, pro wrestling, and everything in between. Download the SeatGeek app today and let there be live. SeatGeek.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the show, Hanging with the Boys, the final segment. Single game tickets. Don't miss your chance to see the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium this season. A limited number of single game, standing room only tickets are on sale now. Get yours today at dallascowboys.com/tickets. All right, got a few things to get to and only 13 minutes to do it. What you got, Nate?
That's a nice watch, Jess.
I saw that earlier. That's a big
nice.
watch.
Thanks, man. That's pretty neat, man.
Is that doesn't look like practice squad money.
No,
That looks
don't.
like
That don't look like $10 a show either.
That looks like real money.
Why are you putting your watch?
Yeah.
Why you?
That doesn't.
Y'all bringing too much attention to me. People, y'all know I roll by myself.
Wait a minute. We're bringing too much attention to Jesse. What does Jesse do every single show? What does Jesse do on Twitter?
Bring attention to Jesse.
And we're bringing too much attention to you.
I never post. If you go back and look at all of my Twitter history, I've never posted possessions. I've never posted or talked about money.
You post pictures of guns all the time.
Never.
These two right here.
Those, I'm about to say I never post pictures of guns because I don't want 501 my back.
I'm talking about your arms.
But these right here,
yeah,
baby.
those pythons. Those, yeah. Look at him looking for the right camera angle so he looks more swole. There he is. There he is. That's the Jesse we know and love.
Now,
you know what? I wonder.
Attention. Bring some attention.
You
to
know
these
what?
bad
I would
boys.
love. We probably need to put a Twitter.
NRA's getting up in here.
We need to put a Twitter poll out.
What is
because
that?
we all like Jesse.
Yes, we
because
do.
we know Jesse.
That's right.
We know Jesse's heart.
That's right.
We know
It's
how
in the
Jesse
right place,
is. Right.
yes.
And we have a lot of off-air conversations, and we
Right.
know Jesse personally, and we like Jesse. Jesse's a good dude. But you could come off arrogant, self-centered, self-absorbed.
Wow,
Me,
all
me,
of that?
me. So
Wow.
I wonder if if our fans have bonded with Jesse like we have, and they really enjoy Jesse and understand Jesse for the human being and the person he is, or if they just think that he's this jerk that talks a lot.
I can care less.
Really?
Wow.
As long as the people that matter to me know
There
who
you
I
go.
am.
You know what? If more people had that attitude, the world would be
Here's the
such a
thing.
better place.
Like,
no joke. That's no lie.
Somewhere along the line, humanity lost itself.
Yes, I agree.
And we've gotten to a point where
You care more about what other people think about
Holy
you
moly.
than what you think about yourself.
we like the thing that I don't understand.
That's why people wear big watches.
we've
so other people
allowed-
can see them. And
we've allowed this device and the apps that go along with
Yep.
it to have way too much say-so
too much
in
value.
our lives.
I agree, 100%.
If you think
It's all about clout.
for one iota of a second,
Be careful because we do have fans on the show. We don't want to run them all off.
we're not going to run them off.
Okay.
Because I first of all, I'm probably the most interactive person out of this entire group combined
100%.
with people.
That's including Chris. That's including
Everybody.
yes.
I love the interaction. I love our fans. I love the people. I speak to people all the time.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Let me say this. Let this be this is the camera. Let this be a PSA, and this should be for a lot of people. If you think for 1 second,
look into the camera while you say.
You think for 1 second that me, Jesse Holley, cares about what people think about me who don't even know me, who I don't know from a can of paint, you're sadly mistaken. Not only will I not care, understand, this is an app. These are apps that goes on this phone, right? Mm-hmm. Just as fast as I added the app to this phone, I can delete the app from this phone.
Can you, though? Could you delete Twitter today if you had to?
If Twitter was causing me some sort of strain or strife, it would be gone.
Really? You have that kind of willpower? You could do it?
He don't.
If it was causing me pain?
No, it wouldn't.
But would you know it was causing you pain until you
Jesse, all the stories you've told us, you should have been past those issues, and you still have those issues. So
because my dad left me?
No, and other things you've told us. Where they took your basketball number, you about cried and had a fit. You still bothered about it. You sit up there and watch.
You heard what Jalen Smith said. Jalen Smith said this number's a part of who I am.
Okay, but you sit up and you watch the guys practice for 5 minutes. I was standing up with y'all. I thought something wrong with Jesse. I'm like,
you were standing there for a little bit with me.
I'm like, wow. So.
Yeah.
He didn't want to leave you on the porch.
Yeah, I'm like, wow.
Ask him what he did, though.
I had to go because he's about I'm like, wow.
He didn't care.
Yeah, life ain't going to stop because Jesse.
Exactly. So, my biggest gripe with Jason Witten, gripe about Jason Witten, you let people on social media run you from a $5 million a year job. Are you crazy? If they paid me $5 million a year, you can say whatever the hell you want about me. True. On an app for people who I do not know. I don't know these people.
But what about the people you do know? You care what they think?
No. I really don't.
I'm
telling you, really.
When you have a sense of righteousness, and I ain't talking about the ignorance or the arrogance, because he ain't that way. I'm talking about when you have a sense of right, and you a sense of fair play, you don't worry about it.
Right, it's confidence, and it's like knowing who you are and being comfortable with that.
You're not just blasting a person to blast a person.
I totally agree with that. More people should be that way.
I talked to Jalen Smith yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Great conversation. Right outside there.
When?
Yesterday I came over around.
So wait, you
11.
were up here after we invited you to come watch practice, and you didn't even say hi 2 days in a row.
Well, bro,
you were here yesterday on property.
I had to talk to Scott.
You talked to Scott.
Yeah, he had to help me.
Look, see, you're emotional right now. That's why you see that. See, that bothered you. You're emotional.
I really don't care.
You're emotional.
You really don't care.
So what did you and Jalen talk? Did you tell him you've been bashing him for the last 2 months?
Jalen, come here, man.
Is this a true story?
I said, yeah.
Okay.
No, seriously, this is a true story.
Yes, it is.
We don't tell films on this show.
No, I'm not about this one here.
Okay.
I said Jalen, because I was talking to Doug, our old producer.
And this was up. Where'd you see him?
I was talking to Doug.
Where'd you see Jalen?
Right down here, outside in the parking lot. Around about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Okay, all right.
I said, Jalen, come here, man. I say, I've been bashing you. I've not said nothing positive about you in a year or two. I said, man, refocus, man. I say, give me something that I can ride on with you, brother. I say, please. I say, I remember you 3 years ago, bro. Can we get that, Jalen? He said, I promise you, you're going to get it, man. I said, no, Jalen, for real. He said, I promise you, dog. I said, I'm serious. Now, I mean, he was happy. Just the same great kid that I always see.
Right.
And then he went over there and there was an orange sticker on his car. I said, they stickered. He said, they always get me, man. I'm at practice. He took the sticker, threw it in the back seat like most guys do.
So you really told him that?
Oh, yes, sir.
You told him you've been bashing him?
Oh, yeah.
Well, good for you.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm going to tell you something. And that's why I understand who Jesse is, because when you are just telling the truth and you're not trying to hang a guy out. Now, sometimes I joke, like Dun Terry. He'll come to me, man, you've been bashing me. Yes, I have. And I probably bash you worse than anybody because I bragged on you worse than anybody. I remember how I just, hey, man, I'm going to eat a pork chops and we're going to eat bacon together. All these fat jokes and having fun.
It looked like I actually did.
Yeah, like we did a little too much of it, And so don't try to, I ain't never believed in that because I used to read the paper. And I just remember what they used to say about me. There's some guys that said things, and I'm like, it don't matter now because I made the team. But there's some guys that said things like, ain't no way, and this dude gonna make the team. Tom Landry ain't never kept a dude this size. And some people that I'm close to now. But I knew a long time ago they had a job to do. And my job is to show you that I'm gonna change your opinion of what you think about fat guys. Because remember we said we're going to talk about guys that don't look like it? I was one of them guys that did not look like a 6'5", 265-pound dude. I was 6'2", 345 pounds. I was the total opposite of what they had around here.
6 Pro Bowls, 3 Super Bowls later.
Thank you.
It worked out. All right, well, now that we bashed Jesse and we bashed Jalen, let's end on a positive. We weren't bashing you, by the way. Oh. I know that you don't care because you just told us you really don't care what we think, but no.
You know when I start caring?
When
they start cutting me checks. When they stop cutting the checks, that's when I'll care.
Oh.
Wow.
So Jesse loves money. So that's what the Bible was talking about.
You threw it back on you, Jesse.
The love of money.
I love to earn my money.
Good point.
It's a difference.
Okay. You don't want it handed to you.
I earn everything that I get.
What if you won the lottery? Would you be okay
never
with that?
happen.
At least pay for the ticket.
Because you don't play it?
It'll never happen.
Because you don't play it?
God will never let me win the lottery. Never.
You would do so much good, though, Jess.
I would do so much bad.
Me too. I would do so much good, but
I would do a ton of good, and so many folks would be blessed.
Not bad to people. It'd be bad for me.
Yeah.
It would be bad for me.
Personally. Oh,
I'd still do this show.
I can see Jesse now, man. Jesse's Trailer Park.
And bright lights, baby.
All are welcome. Free oatmeal.
You would have a trailer park franchise.
Sponsored by Funtown RV.
I have a trailer park tour.
The Jesse Holly Funtown RV Trailer Park Tour.
Oh my God.
Coming to a park near you.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. All right. Let me at least get to one of these points. I threw out like 3 of them.
Get to the Dan Quinn point.
We have 3 minutes. So yes, Dan Quinn.
Great.
Sounds like he's going to utilize a 3-4 defense, right? Or
Did
4-3?
you see that, Jess? I thought it was 4-3, but
4-3.
Sorry, 4-3.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys like that move? Is there an advantage to that? And then my big question is, will he, as a coach and as a presence in that locker room and in that defensive team meeting room, does his presence make a difference?
Let me answer your second question first.
Okay.
And then we'll answer your first question second.
Okay.
And this is fresh off the press. Our good friend Jane Slater, of course, she was at a practice today, and they had some interviews in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Newly signed defensive end here, Terrell Basham. Mm-hmm. He had this to say about working with Dan Quinn. He said, "I love working with Dan." He says that says he heard how into the defensive line he was. He says Quinn and coaches all work together to help him recognize things about himself, habits, good or bad, like he never knew he took a bad angle until now. So he's saying, like, Terrell Basham, like, I didn't know that was a bad angle until now I started working with Dan Quinn. And you and I had the conversation about Dan Quinn. Every player on the football field is gifted. Now, there's levels to that gift.
Yes, it is.
The coach's job is to get the elite level players to be elite at a consistent level. His job is also to get the players that are not elite to play above their abilities at a consistent level. See, flashing at any point in time, offense, defense, or special team, is bad in football. To be a flash player is to be a bad player. It makes you can't be dependent upon. Because I don't know what you're going to do when you're going to do it.
You're a potential guy, not a performer.
And so coaching brings out the best in guys. And the best coaches, and Aaron Rodgers has been talking about this, relationships. And everything that you hear about Dan Quinn is about his relationship with guys. And when you have a relationship, and Nate, I know you can attest to this, because one of the most tightest knit groups of all football groups is O-line, mm-hmm. and it starts with their O-line coach.
Yes.
And when you believe in your O-line coach, what he's saying, what he's preaching, what he's teaching, not only do you take on that personality, but you're willing to go above and beyond to make sure that the guy who's calling the shots for your group is right. And so for Dan Quinn being a defensive coordinator, but also working with each individual guy, he's building that relationship with players that are going to get guys to play above their normal talent level, and then we get the elite guys to play at a more consistent level at their elite level. And he's going to get you to run through a wall for him. And that matters. That matters. One of the reasons why you saw a lot of that freestyling, a lot of that doing my own thing, and whatever they call, I'm going to do something opposite, they didn't believe. They didn't believe in that coach. They didn't respect that coach.
Right.
There wasn't a relationship there with that coach. And I think early on, you're seeing Dan Quinn have an effect on a lot of these players on the defensive side of the ball of saying, you know what? This is a guy I can get behind. And when you have players in this league, because when you become a man, you can start seeing through a lot of that bull crap quick. And if you bull crapping me, I coach or not, I ain't really fooling with you. Because we got too much on the line for you to be bull crapping me. My future's on the line here. This is how I feed my family. This is how I feed this is how I do my deal. So if you bull crapping me, I'm going to do just what I'm supposed to do and nothing more. Especially if I'm a player that got some cachet in the locker room and some cachet on this team. But if I know you a man, and I'm a man, and you come at me like a man, and we have that relationship like men, you can get me to do anything for you. And I'm going to believe in what you tell me. I'm going to believe in what you teach me. And I'm going to go out there and do my very best to give you everything that you need so that you can be successful and I can be successful. And I think that's happening with Dan Quinn and a lot of these guys on this defense.
You know, I agree, man. I agree because, and more importantly, not only getting a guy who's not elite to play at a certain level, to get him to accept his role and love it. And that's when when coaches start saying in certain situations, we want this guy because this guy know who he is and know what he does well. You see that a lot in basketball when you have 3 elite level players. They don't have money for the rest, but they got certain guys that can do certain things real well. And when they come in the game, they try to master that at all times. And that's what Coach Quinn is going to do right here because we don't have a lot of moneyed players, as you know, we would say. So we got to get the best out of these guys. He's got to see these guys. That's why training camp is so big for Coach Quinn to get his thing across.
So you guys are saying even before you install your system and your game plans and all that, you're already seeing buy-in from players, so you're already better off than what you were because sounds like guys are buying into him as a human and as a coach.
As a person, as a man.
And then whatever comes, you're already ahead of the game with that.
It's easy.
And I'm going to tell you the advantage he got. The advantage he got is, except for a few guys, we got a lot of new free agents, a lot of draft picks, and all of them believe at this point, this my man, because he told me we bringing you in here to play. They have no other choice. They have no other choice. So everybody's wide open, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody's wide open.
All right, fellas, that's it. We made it through another one. We got one more of these before we break for training camp. We still don't know what the setup's going to be at camp, so we'll figure that out as we go.
Me and Nate driving out to camp, baby.
Come on, Derek.
We have one more show.
Come on, Derek.
We'll be back at our normal time, 11:30 on Thursday. So I guess we'll see you then, Nate. It's been awesome.
Derek Eagleton.
Glad we got to hang out today, even though you've been in the building for 3 hours and haven't spoken to us. Jesse, good seeing you. Good hanging out with you as always. Chris Beam, enjoy vacation. Guess we won't see you for a while.
You know what I really was? I kept conning everybody to go upstairs as I was down by the steps to bring me some food down when
bring
they
you a cookie every time they came by?
They brought me some cookies. They brought me some steak.
That's trailer park. That's trailer park tendencies right there.
There it is.
Thank you, Chris Beam, and thank you, everyone that tunes in to listen to this foolishness every
They love
Thursday.
our show. I'm going to tell you why people love our show. And I know
it's real.
It's real. Like, you're going to get some football, you're going to get some foolishness, you're going to get some laughs, you're going to get some more football, and then you're going to get some more foolishness, and then we're going to end off with some football, but you're going to know you're going to be thoroughly entertained, and you're going to have a good time.
And just like us, you never know where the show's going to go.
Let's go.
We have a script, but we very rarely follow it.
We don't follow the rules.
Are you not entertained?
Exactly.
Gladiator.
All right, next week, same time. No, different time, 11:30, same place, though. We'll be right here at the Star. Chris Beam, thank you for keeping us on the air. Jesse, Nate,
channel.
Kurt, we missed you. We'll see y'all next week on Hanging with the Boys.
Did we miss Kurt?
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!